Hey, what's up, y'all? Chad with Southern Reliable Lawn Care. Just want to give a quick review today on the SCAG 30, the commercial 30 push mower. It is a tank, it's built well, but just want to give you all the ins and outs and my honest opinion today with no BS. So here we go. So as far as the things I like on it, it's got a 1-gallon gas tank on it. You can keep that thing filled up and running. For me, it lasts 2 days sometimes without even touching it, maybe 3 days, depending on how many lawns I'm doing with it. So the gas tank is really good. A 1-gallon gas tank, I mean, on a push mower, come on. I mean, that thing's gonna last you a long time. So that's really, really nice. How easy it is to change the height of your deck is super easy. I could probably show you guys with one hand here. I mean, it's literally, but it's super easy to adjust it. And you just adjust this pin here. One thing I do have to say about this real quick while I've got it. So I've had to replace the original pin multiple times. I had to replace the original pin multiple times. This is the second or third one. I think they're like 12 bucks from the dealer, but I got really tired of those bending. So I went ahead and got a grade 8 bolt from like Ace Hardware. This thing hasn't bent once, guys, let me tell you. So that's really simple and easy to adjust the height there, especially on hot days. And the way that the pin bends is if you slam it down too hard when you're adjusting the height of the deck, or in my case, it was when I was transporting it. I guess I hit a bump maybe a little bit too fast, and the mower jumped up off the deck of the trailer, even though it was strapped in. And the weight of this arm here came down on this pin and just, I mean, you see, just bent it up. And I've had to cut it out before. I had to literally cut the pin out to get it out. So that's just something you might want to avoid, and get you a grade 8 bolt from Ace Hardware. Another thing I do like about this mower is it does have an hour meter. So you can always see your hours, see what you're at. I'm currently at 116 hours. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. But 116 hours on this. I do like the hour meter. Most push mowers won't have that. To engage the blades, it's really easy. You can just push that down and draw that back. And that engages your blades. The throttle, super easy, all right here in your dash. Now I will say this did increase my productivity from using a 21-inch push mower that had no self-propel. So it did save me a lot of time, and it's been a lot easier in the sense of just, walking behind it. It goes up to like 4 miles per hour, so it goes pretty fast for a little push mower, especially for how heavy it is. But that is one thing that I will say is it did increase my productivity a lot, and I was able to do a lot more yards a lot quicker. So it may be something you want to look into, definitely, if you're currently using a 21-inch. This thing's super easy to change the oil on. Right here, you just twist this, and this tube goes down and just empties out right here into a pan underneath. So that's super easy to change the oil. Oil filter's right over here. So super easy to change the oil on these. Blades are super easy to change. I'll show you guys that. I'll just link it back. Here's the blades. Currently running Ballard's Gold blades on there, like hybrid, high lift and mulching blades. So those work out really well because most of the time I've got the mulching plate on there and the plug-in. One thing that was nice before it broke was how easy it was to change out from your mulching plate to your side discharge chute. It was super easy. It had just a metal latch, but that unfortunately broke, and I'm not gonna worry about it. So I'll show you here. Normally this is a latch that holds on to right here. I went ahead and just rigged it up. With some black zip ties. Happened in the middle of the summer, and I just feel like running to get it. So that's what I did there to keep it moving. But that was super easy to change out when it did work. Now, as far as the things that I don't like about it, I feel like the list is a little bit longer. For starters, this unit is super heavy. I'm a bigger guy, and it still can wear me out, you know, all day. You know, even just push mowing 8-10 yards, I mean, it'll still get you. So, and most of those yards being anywhere from 5 to 10,000 square feet. So, super hard to turn. It's got the stationary front wheels on this, so they don't have those. I don't have the front casters that spin. I can adjust, you know, lock and unlock. That's a $400 upgrade, I believe, by the way. At least it was 2 years ago. I did buy this unit at the end of 2021. I think it was October 2021. So it is a 2021 model. It's the first year they came out. I probably should have gave it a little while before I bought the prototype or the first unit, the inaugural unit. The stationary wheels on this make it even harder to turn. So I imagine the guys that have the front casters are, probably living life a little bit better. So probably would recommend that if you were to get one. I believe all the units nowadays come with the front casters that you can lock and unlock. So to have that swivel option. Speaking of the wheels, it seems like they wear out quickly. I only got 116 hours on this unit, and you would think I was doing burnouts on cement constantly. So these tires are almost gone, as you see there. So nothing impressive there with the build of the tires. I found out that there's no inline fuel filter. So check this out. You got your lines running from the fuel tank to your carb. And on this unit, this 2021 unit, there is no inline fuel filter. So I will have to add one of those. That's something I just found out, surprisingly. One thing I did forget to mention, and you guys definitely do need to know about, it's mentioned on most, I think, reviews that I've seen, and that's the plug for the mulching. This plug here, I don't know if you guys can see that very well, but this thing does not go in very easily. Let me see if I can get this on video. Wow, it would go in perfectly for the video. It would go in perfectly for the video, so of course. But usually on a hot summer day, that might have some little grass clippings caught up in there, and it's a son of a gun to get in and out. And on a hot summer day, I'm telling you, it's just not something you want to play with. You don't want to play with anything on a hot summer day, I promise you. Now when it comes to mowing. So one thing that did happen to me a couple times this season, didn't happen the past 2 seasons, but this season, these bolts right here that hold it into the frame, those popped loose on me, and I've replaced them multiple times, and I just gave up on that side. So this one here, you see I replaced it and put a locking nut on there. So, and since we're talking about that, the handlebars, let's talk about it. So you see here, this handlebar shredded like a fruit roll-up. Like if you were to tear a fruit roll-up, just that, how easy it tears, like a piece of paper almost. That's how these handlebars tore, and it happened in the middle of me mowing. So I wasn't able to finish that yard. That was one breakdown this season. Wasn't able to finish that yard. This was completely torn, so I went ahead and JB welded it. And to reinforce it, I rigged it up with this orange strap here. So not the prettiest, but that's what I've had to do to keep it moving, I think the handlebars are, I don't even remember how much it is, but it's not even worth it, honestly, guys. I've already replaced this unit. This is my backup now, so a lot of these things, I'm probably not going to put any more money into this or any money at all, and just keep it as a backup. Maybe replace the wheels, stuff like that, but don't see myself putting too much more money into it. Do I recommend buying this unit? no, I would not recommend buying this unit. Would I buy it again? No, I would not buy it again. And that's just the honest truth. It's my first SCAG product. I'm not saying I won't ever buy from them again, but just saying I wouldn't go with the SCAG 30. And I won't say what dealership I called around me, but I did call a dealership around me, and I talked to one of the sales guys there, and they told me they wouldn't even recommend the newer SCAG 30s to me. That kind of tells you where they're at. I think SCAG's trying to figure out their 30-inch commercials right now. So maybe you want to steer clear. Maybe you want to try them out. Maybe you can pick them up for a good deal. So one thing I will say about this is it's overall well built, but again, I would not recommend it, especially if you're in your first couple of years and you really can't afford to have a mower go down on you. I would not recommend this unit if you're in your first couple of years. So an issue that did reoccur for me on this, and I'm sure you guys will run into the same issue if you own one of these, is my pull string. My pull string would snap from the inside the knot that they would put at the end that holds it into the flywheel, whatever you want to call it. It would snap off on me mid-pull. So that's something that can be very frustrating, especially in the middle of the summer in Southeast Texas when it feels like 110 degrees from the humidity. So that's very frustrating that would happen. So I've had to not replace it, but just retie it multiple times, refeed it through and retie it multiple times. So that's one heads up. I did have an issue with the blades not engaging and not disengaging. So I was constantly messing with the tension on the cable that runs up to your dash here. I was constantly adjusting this, constantly playing with that, trying to figure out what I could do to get it to engage or disengage when I wanted to. And finally got to the point where it was just running. It was engaged. It stayed engaged one time. And the only way I could get the blades to disengage is I had to just throttle down until it killed itself, until it died out. That is an issue I've had with this mower. And when that happened, I did have to take it into the dealership. And thankfully, it was out of warranty, but SCAG was aware of the situation, aware of the issue, and they covered it for me. So I got a shout out to SCAG on that one. That was definitely a plus. That brings me to another thing we need to talk about. These mowers here, even though they're commercial equipment, this push mower and mostly all your push mower, your 30 inches and 21 inches, are only going to have a 12-month, a 1-year warranty. Now on the SCAG, I can't remember what the hours are. I think it's under 100 or under 200 hours within that first year, or 12 months, but that's because it has an hour meter. And the other cases like Exmark, Toro, etc., they don't have an hour meter, so it's just 12 months and no hour limit. So that's a heads up. These only have a 1-year warranty on the unit. You'll see 3-year on this engine right here. And that kind of fooled me. That fooled me when I first was looking at this unit before I bought it. I was like, oh, 3-year warranty. But that's only on the engine. That's only on the engine. This one here came with a Kohler Command Pro. Honestly, now it's the only mower I have with a Kohler engine, and I honestly prefer Kawasaki. So that's just my preference. Just a quick recap. Really easy to adjust the height. Got a big gas tank. Super big deck, 30 inches, so you're able to get a lot more done than you may have in the past with a 21-inch mower. This big gas tank can keep you fueled up and moving, less refuels, less fill-ups, and really easy to adjust the deck height on this. Also, you have the hour meter, you have the whole dash system here where you're able to throttle up, throttle down, you're able to pull the cord from here. So essentially, you're able to operate all from behind the mower. On other mowers, you have to throttle up, choke, and pull the cord, all that from down by the engine. So that's one thing to think about, and most other push mowers don't come with that hour meter, so that is definitely a plus. Quicker with the yards as far as productivity, really easy to change the oil, really easy to change the air filter, so really easy to maintenance this unit in general. Yeah, I just wish a couple of the parts would have been built a little bit better, such as the tires, the handlebars. I mean, that's some thin metal for this big old unit. Just wish they had, you know, more sturdy handlebars. A few other items I would have changed on this unit. I don't know if the front casters would help at all. I haven't even tried out one of those units and have no interest in doing so. So yeah, guys, that's the SCAG SFC30 review at 116 hours. Owned it since, you know, October of 2021. So just over 2 years owning this unit, and they went through 3 different seasons. So it has seen the outside. It hasn't faded too much, and it is dirty right now. So that kind of gives you an idea. But overall, it is a pretty well-built unit, and it has some things that are very convenient, such as the deck height adjustment, the hour meter, the throttle. The whole dash system is pretty convenient. And overall, it's a low maintenance mower, but I have run across some issues with it this past season that have really put me down. And as most of you know, downtime is not good time. So it means you can't make money with it. So I've had to rent mowers. I've had to use my 21-inch push mower, my original push mower from back in the day when I first started. And yeah, so that's my honest opinion on the SCAG SFC30. If you guys have any more questions or something I might have missed, just please comment down below and I will be happy to answer your question. Thanks for watching.